Welcome to another video. This will be the second part of the garage upgrade series or renovation or whatever you want to call it. Just a mini series of me rebuilding or upgrading my at-home garage into a detailing studio. And the last video was a bit all over the place, and I'm sorry for that. It was just a really very hectic 3 weeks. The last period, but I really wanted to document something instead of nothing, to show some progress that we made, like putting in a new garage door and ripping out the floor. So from now on, I hope everything will be a bit more structured, so to say. That's also better for me. That's videos and quality that I like to make. The last one was not really up to my own standards or how I like my videos to look like and convey, but we'll get into that with this video, so the second part, and let's do it right this time. So there's going to be a list of everything that we have to do. The first one would be to remove the flooring. Let's make a list here somewhere. We're going to remove the flooring. It's already done by now, so we can cross it off already. The new garage door is already in, so that's a nice one. We can cross it off the list as well. Then the next thing we have to do is lighting. I'm not happy with the lighting that's up here now, and the new lights are under the camera at this moment. They arrived yesterday, so we can get working on that soon. Then we have the water. There's going to be some faucets over there in that corner, which we have to connect, install. Then the electrical, as mentioned in the previous video, there are some wall outlets that I don't really like and would like to replace or make them a bit safer. Painting, everything is sort of white with streaks of yellow, and I just want nice, clean, fresh white look. So we'll have to do something with paint. Then the flooring, we got a quote invoice. There's a company that's going to come take a look this week for the flooring. We went with a trowel floor. That's what we're going to take a look at. And we have the windows. As mentioned before, I got some window film that I want to install for a bit more as well privacy. So, and the main cause also ease of filming in this area. It will diffuse the light more and make it a bit less of a distraction filming in that direction. So you don't see all the stuff that we have going on in our backyard. Cabinets, still have to order those. I want to wait for the flooring, and lights will be some of the first things that go in, but the cabinets as well as in the 3D renderings, they are 1-to-1 scale. I made them exactly spec to the cabinets that I can order directly on the websites. So as soon as we are at that step, it's just order, wait for delivery, and we can place them. Then, small little things, clean up on the inside. There are holes in the wall everywhere. These plastic cable guides. All the small stuff has to be cleaned up as well on the inside as on the outside. And then some miscellaneous stuff. And that's it. And then the garage should be done, and we can finally start really detailing cars again. So this list is what we'll cover in this mini garage rebuild series, and I'll hope you'll follow along. Let's move on to the next item on the list, and I think it's easy to start with the lights, because as soon as we upgrade the lights and adjust the lighting, we have a lot better idea of what we're working with, as well as seeing the true color of the floor, and painting the walls will be a lot easier with proper lighting. I've decided on these lights. I don't know how visible this is, but it's a Noxion, I think it's a waterproof Eco White V3. They come in this nice cardboard box. It was type number. And they are adjustable. So here on the table, you can see there's a 24 and a 36 volt version. And you can switch between those power modes. And there's also a color change. These are waterproof and dustproof. That's a bit overkill for this garage setup, but my idea was if I hit it with water occasionally or something, if there's a lot of moisture in the air, it won't hurt to be a bit more resilient towards that. But they are overkill for what I'm going to use them. That's why they have these seals on them. You can twist those off and they are properly sealed. You have the switches on the inside, and there's the cable on which you can connect. There's only 2 wires, no ground. I want to keep these off. I'm not going to place them back. I'm just going to link these all together. So 4 in a row, 2 rows. And I've decided that I'm going to line them up with the garage door. So let's move the camera a bit so I can explain that a bit better. So if you take a look at the current garage setup, as you can see on this side, there's a bit more wall than on the other side. Here we have about 10-15 centimeters left. But every time I want to pull a car in, it will be aligned with the garage door. So the car will be centered on the garage door. That's why I will place 2 rows of light, not in the center of the room, where you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it will be just, normally the center would be 20 centimeters off that rail. But I think it will be nicer also for the videos and while working on cars if the lights align with the cars and that the cars are centered. And basically this area won't get extra light or won't be lit as well as the rest, but the main important parts are working on the cars. The lights are 1 meters and 20 centimeters. So there will be 4 in a row. That's about 4 meters, 80 centimeters of lights 2 times, and the garage is 7 meters. So there'll be a meter something left on each side. And that's the idea that I had and how I'm going to place the lights for this setup. I think there will be plenty. These lights can be switched. These are the lumens that it will provide. That's a nice thing about these. There are 3 color settings. So 3000, that's warmer light. I don't need that. 4000 Kelvin, that's cold white, they call it. Ideally you would want 5000, but then you get into specialized lighting, and for this setup and my budget, that's not currently what I was looking for. But I would be able to switch to 6500 Kelvin, which would be daylight. That's also what I have here now with the studio lighting, or for film lighting. My big softbox over here, it's 6500K. That's normally what you like to see outdoors. So these lights, about 29-30 euros a piece, but you can switch them in wattage, so 2 power modes and 3 color modes, and that's the main reason why I chose those. The only thing that I have to see is they are 50 to 60 hertz, and that might interfere with the camera frame rate. So you can see that flickering in the lights. I hope it won't be there, but I can work around those with some camera settings, but it would be unfortunate if that's the case. So that's going to be it for the explanation of the lighting. Nothing else than to install them. Now, because there are 2 rows of lights that we are going to place down here, it's important to know where we want those. Now, fortunately, this garage door also is split, as you can see, in 3 parts. So it will be just outside of these on the ceiling. But it gives us a nice point of reference about where we're getting the lights. So that's how I will align them on the ceiling, and we will be placing the lights. So first I'd like to make sure that the lights are on. And now we can shut the breaker and the utility closet to make sure that the power and the lights on this electrical system are off. And now we know the power is off, so we can flip the switch into the off position and tape it down. So everybody that wants to turn the switch knows that something's up and they probably shouldn't touch it. Probably overkill and not necessary if you're doing a one-day project or something, but it's just a habit that I have when working on power or lighting. So. Quick switch to the action cam. I've got everything measured out now. All these things on the ceiling. And this one is just to mark where center of the garage is. And then all the other 8 have to be drilled. And same for the other side. I don't know what's wrong with these lights, but I don't think they're really stuck to the ceiling, as I can rotate them however I want. So it's going quite well. This takes the most time, I think, just measuring everything out and making sure that everything's fine. I'm going to remove those lights now, and then I'll turn the power back on so I can drill here. And then we'll probably mount the lights. In these little bags of screws, you always get the default cheap screws, which I don't really like. It's like the cheapest plug and the cheapest screw, which has to hold up these brackets. So I prefer using my own, and I have the standard size. Always the same, just better than the default ones, with some nice torque screws for it. And I have several sizes of these torque screws, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I always replace these. So while drilling, this is the first one where I hit something like reinforced concrete or some steel or something, or rebar inside the slab. So I had to drill another hole, unfortunately, but it's not the worst. If we take a look at this one, it's a complete mess. So I did 3 in a row. I kept hitting something, and then I measured with a metal detector, and I hit something again. So then I used the bracket to mark the holes to the sides, and I was finally able to get a hole in the slab, but this is not how I wanted it to be. But unfortunately, it's going to be behind a light fixture, so it won't be visible, but it's just annoying. All the holes are drilled now, so we can continue getting the tape off and putting in the brackets. Here we are again. It's a bit darker, a bit later. We just had dinner, a short little break, and getting some energy back. But the braces are in the ceiling, and I'm going to clean up now and continue putting up the lights, mounting them to the ceiling and connecting them together with the wiring. Alright, so we have the first strip or rail or series is in, and we're going to see if it works now. One, two, three, success. Alright, so this is one area in. Plenty of light. It's on the highest setting now, 36 watts. I just put it up with some extra cabling. This is going to go over here and then through the center towards that box with some cable guide things. Alright, so the first four are in. Now let's do the other four. Alright, so here we have it. Lights are in. Looks amazing now. It's a huge difference to have proper lighting. As far as I can tell now on the camera, no flickering whatsoever, so that's nice. They're on the 36 watt setting, that's the highest, 36 and 24. And they're all on 4000 Kelvin color temperature. So move to this side, and except for some cabling, which we'll shove into the electrical parts for now. But I think we can also cross lighting off the list. So that will be it for this video. And it's nice to have proper lighting in here. It really makes a difference. I hope you enjoyed this progress and this nice little step towards a amazing detail garage. But like the video if you liked it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this type of video. This is more way that I'd like to make them a bit in detail and a bit more polished, so to say, in comparison to the last video. But it does take a lot of time to make these videos, so I probably could have hung the lighting in about half the time or a third of the time, but recording it and making videos for you is also something that I like, and it's definitely worth it. So yeah. So that's it for this part of this series. Lighting can be crossed off the list, and of course we'll continue this journey in the next part of this series. So for now, thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of my future content, and of course the coming parts to this series. And I hope you have a very nice day, and I hope to see you in the next one.